Boys and girls, today's not a normal day as usual. We're in a Volvo FH. We're off. Where are we off to? We're off to Dublin Port first. Then we're going to where are we going? We're going Ocean Pier, across to MTL, lifting a full one, up to Cavan, back to Ocean Pier, get another one, back to the yard, get another one, up to Cavan, back, and possibly a load in the afternoon. So we are busy. Coronavirus is having the country for us booming, so we need to get on the road really quickly. Right, let's go. Right, so what's happening is the boat has only arrived into MTL and it's only starting to be unloaded, so it'll be at least an hour before that's offloaded and I can get my tank out there. So I'm waiting for this train to clear the junction of East Wall, and then we're going to go in and get a coffee. Going to talk you through why I'm in a Volvo and basically going to tell you everything about this truck, because this isn't any ordinary Volvo FH. It has a 3 grand optional extra that will probably save you about 30 grand in the time of the lorry. I'm going to talk you through all that. I'm going to talk about where's this new DAF that you've all been seeing on the internet. Well, I'll get to explaining that as well, and there's loads to explain, There's been a bit of a change of plan. Basically, because the MTL ship has taken so long to offload, I'm being sent around to load another one and then go load that actual container, an empty container, and then go and load it down in Leash. But now I'm sitting in the yard and I'm waiting for this lad to come over and start loading me, if he ever comes up. Yeah, trying to get this one loaded, and the second I get on the road I'm going to start talking. So, finally out of the port. That was a mess of a morning, absolute mess. I went into MTL, which is another ferry terminal which is across on the other side of the Liffey, and I went in there and none of the containers were on the boat. He sent me 4 containers that I could possibly lift, and every single one of them were on the boat, and they were meant to be off at 6 o'clock this morning. I actually came down to the port late last night to try and ship out the empty one I had and then go over and collect that, but it wasn't going to be ready until the morning. So I came down and tried to ship off the empty one, and then Port Road just decided to close the stores because it just, I don't know, I can't remember what happened. Someone said something happened in there, but I didn't get to go in, so I came all the way down here last night for nothing, and I spent 4 hours of the morning sitting in the port there this morning trying to get out of it. Not particularly ideal. However, this is the shit that happens when you're a truck driver, so you got to take it as it is. Oh, we are relieved of the port. So we're now on the N7, we're heading down to Leash. Yeah, we were meant to be going to Cavan twice today. It looks like I'd be doing the Cavan in the afternoon. All depends. Oh, actually speaking of it now, there's the work after coming through now. Anyway, I'm what I'm doing today. This video is completely about this truck. Now, at the minute, right, this truck is called the Volvo FH, and it has a 3 grand optional extra on it called the Turbo Compound, which this truck has. Basically, in a nutshell, what it is an extra burner in the exhaust for the diesel. So when the diesel goes through the exhaust, there's usually a lot of waste diesel going through the exhaust, and what I've been told by the salesman is that it burns it again for the second time before it hits the AdBlue treatment in the exhaust. So it's meant to save you 7% on your average fuel bills. Now I can tell you, because I've done, literally right now, it's 1,342 kilometers in this truck, and from full tank, it's done roughly about 30 litres per 100 kilometers. Now that, for a truck pulling 26 tons of unsprung mass, is huge. Like, it's really, that's amazing. Like, to be honest, there's not many trucks that are able to do that. So, to be honest, I'm baffled by it. I still can't believe the figures that I'm looking at here, telling me that it's pulling, doing 30 litres per 100 kilometers, you know. So I know for you English guys, 30 litres per 100 kilometers is about 8 miles per gallon, roughly speaking. It's actually, no, it's closer to 7, but yesterday and the day before I was going straight the whole way down to Cork with a full trailer. It was 27 tonne on it, and did 28 litres to the 100, which is about 8 miles per gallon. it's ridiculous on fuel. And if you're wondering why I'm testing all these new trucks, it's because it's no secret to you now, I suppose. There is a new truck coming for me this year. With this coronavirus, it's sort of holding it up, but then again, there are deals to be had during this. We seem to be really busy. Like, a lot of what we do is all food based, and it doesn't look like food based products will be going out of the market anytime soon. It's all luxury items that are going to take the hit. That's why we're testing all these lorries. And if you might have seen on social media that I put up that we've got also a brand spanking new DAF XF Super Space Cab, 530 horsepower. Now that is not my truck, that is my father's new truck. I'm not joking, you guys, we got it about 2 weeks ago. I haven't seen him at home once. Ever since he got it, he absolutely adores it. So if you're wondering why there hasn't been a video on it yet, that's why. I simply can't get it out of his hands. He won't give it to me. There's just one problem with this Volvo that I've encountered. That's the problem. I don't know what the issue is. The door doesn't seem to be sitting properly on the frame. It's not moving right when you open it. It's just something like that. I've explained it to the guys. It's a simple fix, obviously. Like, you know, I'd say it's missing an O-ring out of a hinge or something. But I don't really mind that. That's, you know, something that's just happened. You know, how are you getting on? That's just something that happened, and whoever had it last was obviously hanging out of the door. People wonder why I much rather the Volvos to a Scania. And not that I'm biased on a Scania. Scanias make really good lorries, like, they really do. They make savage trucks. However, I don't exactly fit in them, even though I'm only a skinny chap. I have long legs, I get sore knees. The chairs in the Scania squeak like absolute, like unbelievable squeak out of them. Even after a year or two, they all squeak. It's a big thing with them. Like all our Scanias that we have all squeak like. So this chair is like it's like driving an armchair. There's so much room in front of you, loads of room around you. Like in my Renault, you have to like climb up, get up like that. In this, oh, I'm on the second floor. Do you know what I'm saying? So it's different gravy, different gravy. That's us loaded. 25 tonne on board. So what are we grousing here with 25 tonne on? 42 tonne. So about 4 tonne under max weight. Oh god, I love driving this thing loaded. Even though it's only a 460, it's a beauty of a car, absolute beauty. Right, it's not going to tight to this house. Oh, she sounds beautiful. I had a bit of a pain in the arse. I opened the lid, one of the lids. There's 2 lids on top of them, and the seal just went plunk, straight down to the bottom, and it was already half full, so it was gone basically. So I had to makeshift a seal out of a big sheet of thick plastic. So I'm just hoping that holds up. So now that this yoke's loaded, I'm going to head back for Dublin Port. They're sending me a new plan of what's going to happen now in the next few minutes. So it wouldn't be right unless I gave you a little cab tour around this Globetrotter 460. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Right, so starting off at the steering wheel,
You obviously have one of them, comes standard with every Volvo, you know, free of charge, no problem at all. This truck in particular now usually has the eye shifter here, you know, the little thing that looks like a small wheelie. That's usually there, except on this one they've opted to put the reverse, neutral and accelerator on the dashboard. I don't like that, I have to admit, I don't like that. I'd much rather have a lever, because with a lever at least you know it's always there. With the buttons, especially in the night time, you might have to reach for them and you can't see them, blah blah blah. Of course they're lit up, but just you'd much rather have that. Even though it's a tiny bit in the way, I'd much rather it there. What else do we have here? These are the overhead lockers. Not much to see here. In the XL cab these are a tiny bit bigger, but in this particular one, here's us. Hello. There's a locker in here. It's your service manual, the whole lot. What else have we got going on here? That's the bed. I have my bed sheet with me. That's all my stuff in the corner, please excuse. In this one they have opted to put the top bunk in. If I was to get one of these, this would not be there. I'd have the bigger shelves. See, these are a bit of storage in here. Very nice indeed. There's the passenger seat. I think this passenger seat's on air. Yeah, that passenger seat's on air as well. There's a look over on the driver's side. Plenty of space, as you can see. Like 6'2", and plenty of room. Plenty of room, even with a bit of bouncing room, so you could have a trampoline party in here or something. That's the mat I was talking to you about. The audio system. This is just the standard audio system. You can get an upgraded version, which gives you sat nav and a bigger screen, and that's also touchscreen in the better model. But you don't really need it, especially. Jesus, shut up. Yeah, so that's that. You have a drawer down here to put all your bits and bobs, your hand sanitizer there, important, and my wipes. Little slot down here for your gloves. Climate control system. There's all the buttons you need to know about. If you want to know what all those do, head over to Stavros' channel, because I'm not explaining all of them. Yeah, that's all. It's not much to a truck cab these days. I'll show you what the dash is like. I'll show you the fuel, what I've been using so far. Excuse me. As you can see there, they're about me trips. I reset the boat of them, and it's doing about 31 litres per 100, which is absolutely fabulous with one of these 26.5 ton tanks on. What else have I been doing? I'll zoom in there just so I can show you. That's what it's left till empty. There's 2 diesel tanks on this. I think it's a 450 litre tank and a 200 litre tank on the driver's side. I've used 134 litres of diesel in how many kilometres? 384. That's not bad. 0 litres per 100. That's because I'm not moving anywhere. Yeah, all is well. So all is well. Now bear in mind, the cab tour that I actually filmed that a couple of days ago when I filmed that coronavirus video on St. Patrick's Day. However, I was starting to make a video about this, and then I realised, well, a video about a Volvo right now during the middle of COVID-19 is kind of pointless. So I'll do a COVID-19 video and then drop the Volvo video, 2 videos. You know what I mean? Makes sense. Here, we're going up a hill with 24 ton on it, and it's just walking away. I really do not want to hand back this truck tomorrow. I really don't want to. It's just so nice. It's so nice getting into this instead of a Renault. Like, I know people contrast saying, Renault and Volvo are very similar. As you found out in the Renault TV video, they are not similar at all. They are a completely different truck. They pull way different. They're much more comfortable. The whole cabin is a lot nicer. It's a better finish. It's more driver orientated. Makes more sense. Like, it's just all around, I think, the best truck on the market. They are a tiny bit pricey, you know, but they are competing with Scania. To be fair, it's you either buy a Volvo or a Scania, and like they're the main 2 lorries that you buy. The reasons this truck is much better than all the rest of its competitors is because, number 1, visibility. I can see everything. There is no blind spots. There are no there's no visionary imperfections at all in my eye line. I can see perfectly through that window. I can see the A-pillars joining the windscreen, or the roof or whatever, to the cab. Absolutely seamless.
even on the driver's side here, you're missing out on about 2 inches of visual sight. Other than that, you can see perfectly. There's about maybe 3/4 of a foot between the mirrors and the A-pillar, and the same on that side, and you can see perfectly. The mirrors themselves are hollow mirrors, so like it looks like a pane of glass on a stick, but even though it's a whole separate design. But oh my god, it's just absolutely fabulous Volvo. God, it's absolutely fabulous. Now this particular truck rides on 6 airbags, 2 airbags on the mid-lift and 4 airbags on the rear axle, so that means this truck is extremely comfortable. You don't feel much in it. Obviously you've seen me go over that bump there, but that was a fairly big bump, and I'm fully loaded as well. So like the comfort in it, like people can say, oh, get a Scania, oh, the Scanias are the best truck on the road, oh, they're not a V8. I'm telling you now, lads, if you were to drive it every day, this is the one you drive. It's just, it is. The stereo system in it as well is beautiful. This is the Bogo standard stereo system, and the speakers would blow you away. Honestly, they're brilliant. They're so good. Like for standard speakers, so good. You've loads of storage. Even in this is only a Globetrotter. This isn't a Globetrotter XL. Absolutely loads of room in it. This is double occupancy as well, which it means it has the bunk bed and the lockers above it. Not a lot of room in the lockers above, I do have to say, but again, if you're going for the XL cab, you would get the 300 litre lockers with the bunk in it. So if you were thinking about double manning it, or bringing your missus with you or whatever like that, you know, bringing your missus with you, that one would be the one to go for. But if you're going to be in this truck on your own all the time, get the single occupancy, no bunk, and the bigger lockers, and oh, perfect. But this truck, oh, it's absolutely fabulous. I really don't want to give it back. The way it even is configured, like I was looking at it and it just looked like a fairly standard Volvo when I first saw it, and then when you understand the extras it has on the outside, not ones that you'd really notice on any other Volvo. However, this one has the thicker wheel arches, so you can't really notice it. I'll show you on the outside, but the distance between, like, you'll see the black plastic between the cab and the wheel arch, like that's actually a lot thicker than it would be on a standard one. And it's riding on 55 profile super singles on the front and mid lift, and they're 65 on the rear axle, the tire size, and it's just and it's on Michelin anti-splash. So it's just mwah, it's just perfect. It pulls as well as some of, like, I drove a Renault T-High 520 and it pulls nicer than that. Honestly, and this is not favoritism, this is 100%, you know, truth-based driving experience. I can tell you for a fact, this pulls nicer. It is a tiny bit more expensive. It's worth it though. It is worth it. Just got back to the part and it's screwed. Great job. There's the queue here now, heading out of Port Road, out to the entrance. This is what I was sitting in. What a load of bollocks. When I first got in here, it was right to the top of this road. Whoa. This road is fucked. Yep, well, you guessed it. No container at all out of MTL, not one. Been here 3 times today. All have been on the ship all day, and I have no sign of coming off at all. I hate this place. So back to the yard to get a box that's already there and go to cabin. It's now 5 o'clock. This is going to be a long day. Now, so I have you for a few minutes while this is filming with these. I'm going to talk you through a little bit about the spec on this lorry. No HID lights, just standard enough lights. The lower bumper, see the lower bumper extension there and the rubber lip to go around it. It actually sits quite low because the profile tyres are 55s, as I was saying.
So she actually sits quite low to the road, which I actually really like. Look, it gives it a really main stance. Yeah, I like that a lot. Then you have your super singles on the front with the anti-splash tyres. I know you can't see them right now, but it's the anti-splash tyres on them. Really nice tyres, I like them. The wider bumper extensions for the mud guards here. It also has the Volvo standard side skirts, which sit a lot nicer than the aftermarket ones I've seen. Has the Volvo lights up on top and the bottom here on the chassis. It also has chassis leg lights on the back of it as well, the Volvo LED lights, which is savage really, isn't it, to look at. Coming around to this side, it doesn't have the long catwalk, which it kind of needs for this tank work, because as you can see there's a bit of a gap between the trailer. 250 litre tank and a 450 litre tank over there. This gives you about 700 litres all around. Painted mirror backs, Globetrotter lit up there. Yeah, it's a fantastically lit spec lorry, even though it looks quite basic, but there is a good bit of stuff on it. Absolutely fabulous look. Do you like me nozzle? It's kind of a bit strange going down driving around with a lorry with a big, you know, a big on it. Anyway, I believe that's true. Contact the lads on that number there if you want one. And there's a few graphics at the top that's the wrong way around. This one is cut fuel cost by 7%, Step D version of Volvo's 13 litre engine, turbo compound, higher torque at low revs, which is true, it is very torquey in the low range, and the IC predictive cruise control, that's what it's called. I couldn't remember what it was called. It's called the IC. So yeah, that's what it's called. Fabulous. Are we all happy? Are we all happy? Are we all happy? Is it done? Yes, it's done. That's the outside of it done. So I'm really impressed with it. I think it performs fantastically well. It's still not done, however, still more work to be done. But I think it performed unreal. I honestly hasn't felt like I've done that many kilometers in just a couple of days. I only got it on Monday evening as well, like, you know. So worked Paddy's Day, worked Wednesday, Thursday, and I'm gonna be working tomorrow. That's actually only 3 days I've done that mileage, because I forgot today's only Thursday. So yeah, that's a bonus for me. Only having to fill it every 3 or 4 days would be great, you know. Whereas it's not like that all the time for me, unfortunately. It's filling it every day. So to say I'm impressed is an understatement really. I'm proper blown away. I've like, trucks can only vary so much, you know what I mean, in between what they actually are. However, this truck has just put its foot outside the line and says, "No, I'm different. I'm comfortable, I'm powerful, I'm ergonomically designed, I'm completely thought out for the driver, and more than that, I'm a good looking truck." So yeah, hats off to Volvo. They've done a magnificent job. However, now it's time to get back to the real world and finish my job. So it's actually the day after I filmed this video. Well, I actually filmed this video over 3 days, but today it's Friday night. It's 8 o'clock. I'm still in Ballybor. When this coronavirus is over, I need a holiday, big time. So I hope you really enjoyed this video. I hope it gave you an insight into the Volvo FH if you are in the market of buying one. Irish commercials are doing great deals at the minute. Another thing about coronavirus, right, is like if you have saved your money, like, you know, like a wise person would. I'm not a wise person, I'd be missus saving for me. But if you save your money and you're investing in your business, now is the time to do it. I know it sounds stupid, but when the market is low and the interest rates are down, everyone's dropping their prices because they're all holding stock. Now is the time to buy. So I'll leave you with that. I'll talk to you hopefully in a couple of days. Hope you like, subscribe, and all that usual crack, and add me on Snapchat and Instagram. They'll be left below. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good evening and stay safe.